Good day, ladies. Hi, how you doing? I am Ida Regina, and welcome to the Empowered Nurturers Essential Summit. Today is going to be a very special day for us because I have a really powerful young lady, Miss DeVonna Petree. Am I saying your name right, DeVonna?
DeVonna Petree.
Thank you, DeVonna Petree. DeVonna is a certified dream coach who loves empowering women, helping them to get clarity on who they are and bringing their big dream into the world. DeVonna, tell us a little bit more about yourself, please.
Well, yes, I am a mom of two amazing kids. I am a certified dream coach, but I've also created an amazing curriculum that help low-income single mothers get out of their own way, build their positive self-concept, job readiness, skill building, financial literacy. But I want to talk to you today about just being a dream coach, being a life coach, and just being a consultant in this day and age is like the end thing to do, right? It's like
Yeah.
everybody is a coach, everybody's a love coach, active action coach, dream coach, life coach. But in this day and time, before you can activate anyone else, you must activate yourself because it all starts with self. You must give from your overflow, and you can't give what you don't have. And with today's time with social media, everybody is painting themselves and their lives as if they're perfect, but that's not real life. That isn't real life. So women as nurturers, as wives, as mothers, as coaches, we have to know that it is important to take care of ourselves behind the scenes and in front of the world. And how you do that is it starts with integrity and just loving yourself and just being easy with yourself. So today, I'm going to talk to you as a woman that's on a journey, not only as a dream coach, as a CEO, as a woman that opened up a work-life center and empowered hundreds of women. I'm going to talk to you about going on a journey that took a lot of courage to do. And I did it for myself. I didn't do it for anyone else. And that may sound selfish. It may sound like, oh my goodness, you are a mother, you have children. But I know that I had to go on this journey to take care of me in order for my children to see the best version of me.
Wow.
And that's what you have to do as a nurturer. As a nurturer, just as much as you love everyone else, and you think that it is your duty to take care of the world. When you leave today's session, I want you to know and feel that it is your duty it is your duty to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do not take care of you, you won't be able to take care of anyone else. So
Wow.
that's what it's going to be about today, Ida.
Thank you so much. Ladies, I hope you really, really got that because we love just being there for everybody else. But if we do not take some time for ourselves, we're going to become fully depleted and we're going to end up being one of those people who actually need somebody else to take care of us as well. So thank you, DeVonna.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me to this amazing summit. And
Thank you.
just it's amazing how we connected and now we're still connected. And it's an honor to be here to serve your audience.
Okay. So I know you, as a young lady, you've had a lot to go through in your life, and yet you keep your smile on, and you keep moving forward. So tell our audience, tell some of the nurturers here how you actually get to continue even in the face of adversity or struggle.
Oh, wow. That's such a powerful question. Even in the midst of adversity and struggle and trials and triumphs, I have a connection to a greater source that is within me. And what you see is constantly me doing the inner work. And in order for you to do the outer work, you must do the inner work. And what I mean by doing the inner work is you have to first understand and know when you are off. When you are off, when a shift, when something doesn't feel right with your mind, your body, and your spirit. The woman that you've always known yourself to be is no more. And you begin to have like this outer body experience. And you want to like shake you and say, wait a minute, who are you becoming? If you are in that moment, you are stuck, you aren't feeling happy, you feeling like everybody is taking from you, and you are not receiving anything, I want you to just take a moment to just breathe. Literally, I want you to breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to do that 3 times. And I want you to connect to the core of who you are. And this is what I did to reconnect to my core. I started to connect with nature. I would ride my bicycle. I would go on a ride. I would just walk. I would acknowledge the trees. I would go look for inspiration. I would look for my connection to God, and I saw that within me, and I saw that in everything that He created. When you do the inner work, it looks like meditation. It looks like prayer. It looks like journaling. It looks like taking a bubble bath. It looks like drinking some hot tea. It looks like reading your favorite book. It looks like just sitting and being still and not doing anything for anyone, even if that's 10 minutes out of your day.
Wow.
And Ida, do I have time to share a quick story?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay. I'm going to share with you this story. And I have not shared this story yet with my audience. So Ida, you're really special because I'm sharing.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you.
I have been on a journey for the past 4 months. But prior to that journey, about 10 to 11 months, I took a break from coaching my clients. I took a break from sending out a weekly newsletter. I took a break from painting this life of perfection on social media. I took a break of trying to be everything to everyone else and just to be there for DeVonna. Because I realized that I was off track. I was off track. Something didn't feel right. Everything felt uneasy. I sat there with my son and I would just rock. I would just cry. I would just pray. I couldn't blame this on the death of my mother. I couldn't blame this on anything else. I could only see me and see a side of me that was broken and I was hurt. I realized at that moment that I was in the wrong atmosphere. I was in the wrong city. I was in the wrong state. And I also realized that I was with the wrong man, who was a great man, but he isn't the man for me. And I sat there, my spirit was dying. I felt so discouraged. I felt so sad. I felt so hurt. I felt so broken. All of my self-esteem was just gone. And I've always been the most ambitious, determined young woman you can ever meet. That's how I knew me, right? Yeah. But in that moment, I was a scared little girl and I didn't know my why. I forgot my why. I didn't feel equipped to pour into anyone because I felt like I needed to pour into me. And I sat there in this relationship, in this marriage, and I was so unhappy. But it was like, what am I supposed to do? Should I stay for my kids? Should I stay? Because he was hurting. And as you know, hurt people hurt people. And I said, wait a minute, DeVonna, what are you doing? So I sat there and I started to write. I wrote in my journal. I wrote my truth. I prayed. I meditated. I walked. I did Zumba. I did Nia yoga. And I said, DeVonna, what do you want to do? So I got the courage around April 2016 this year. I got the courage to say, wait a minute, let me start to create a new program called Finding the Power Within. Because the power only comes from within. The outside world can influence it, but your true joy, your true power, and all those things come from within. So I did an amazing event in DC. It went very well. I was walking the walk, I was talking the talk again. And the moment that I started to get strong and stand in my power, people around me that was in my intimate circle, in my household, just thought that meant that because I was getting powerful, that they were getting weak, and which means that they had to lash out and hurt me, not physically, but just take me through this emotional baggage, right? And try to break my spirit so I wouldn't continue my journey. So I said, okay, DeVonna, get it together. I started to remember, where was I the happiest, right? I said, well, you know what? I love Arizona. I love Phoenix, Arizona. I connected to nature. Opportunities happened for me there. I come alive. I'm inspired there. It connects to the inner me. And I said, well, what do I have to do? I have to get back there, right? How do I do that? I've been an entrepreneur for the past 3 years. What do I need to do? I need to rebuild financially. I need to get back in my career mode. I need to do my business, but I also need to build a stronger foundation. And don't allow any coach, any conference, anybody tell you that the only way you can serve in your dream and serve your purpose is if you quit your job. Mm-hmm. Because when you do those things, you have to be equipped. You have to be ready. You have to know that you are going to go on a journey that is far beyond financial profit. Okay? You're going to get to know your strengths, your weaknesses. You're going to get to see a side of yourself that you have never seen. Your comfort zone is going to be removed from you. And then you have to say, as a nurturer, who am I going to be towards myself? The love and the compassion that I give to others, to my children, to my siblings, to my caretakers, the caregivers, people that you take care of. Am I going to give myself the same amount of compassion? Because you can be putting the work in. You can be up all night working hard and still not see the results that you intended to see. And then you say, oh my goodness, I'm a failure, I'm this, I'm that. But you have to know that in order for God to use you the way that you are supposed to be used, you're going to have to go through some things. You're going to have to feel some things. You're going to get so uncomfortable that you're going to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And God is going to remove so many things and people from your life, and you're going to feel like you're on this journey by yourself. But I want you to know, as a woman, as a nurturer, as a person that's striving to live out your dreams, that you are never alone. You are never alone. And when you walk in the walk and you are going on your path, it starts with taking care of you. So what I did was, I had to go. And I, honestly speaking, Ida, I didn't leave because I didn't leave with the intention that I wasn't going to come back, right? I went on a job interview with the government here in Phoenix. Earplugs are like they're coming out of my ear. And at that moment, I was on a journey, and it was hard because I left with a suitcase and literally $8. That's all I had was $8.
Wow.
And I went all across the country. So I didn't just go to, just a drive away, 4 hours away. I was all across, went to the next coast, from the East Coast to the West Coast. And I'm standing here today, and I'm here, and I'm present, and I'm taking care of me. And I allow myself to cry when I need to cry. I don't have to be superwoman. I'm not held in bondage by what others may think of me. I'm not held in captivity by all of the success that I had in my early years. I was very successful in my early 20s, you know, in my early 30s. You know, success and opportunity came to me. And as I reflect, but when I lost everything, I said, did I take those things for granted, right? But now I have this amazing level of gratitude that only comes from God. It comes from trusting the process. So I want you to know, as a nurturer, that you cannot give anything to anyone if you do not give to yourself first. I cannot be the best mother to my babies if I'm broken, if I'm hurt, if I'm lost, and if I'm in pain. I will only lash out to them and look at parenting as a chore opposed to a gift from God. And you have to know that you have to take care of yourself. And some people may say, oh my goodness, you're selfish. But I want you to know that there's a big difference between just being able to take care of self and being selfless and being selfish. Some people are selfless, right? They want to give to others, give to others. Because in all actuality, they're doing that because it fills them up. So it means that they're still taking care of self, because the more they give others, the better they feel about themselves. But I want you to know that the power is in being vulnerable, in your vulnerability. See, it's easy to help others, right? It's easy to give to others. But your true power comes when you are able to say, I need help. I can't do this on my own. You're able to be vulnerable and say, I can receive help and still feel strong, you know? Because it was in the power of me saying to my family, and I have been very successful, made lots of money, doing things that I love, had a great career, went all the way up to the executive office of the President of the United States. You know, opened up an amazing work-life center in Washington, D.C. that touched hundreds of women. But I must tell you, Ida, that I felt my most powerful when I was able to say, I need help. I don't have it all together. I may appear to be perfect, but I'm not perfect. And when I was able to say, I'm not going to stay in a relationship because it looks good to others that I'm married, I am going to choose me. And sometimes others will say, you choosing you somehow means you saying no to them. But if that's how others will receive it, then so be it. Because those aren't the people that's supposed to be in your circle anyway. You want people in your life that not only take from you, but always need something from you. You want people that speak victory into your life. You want people that love on you when you are unable to love yourself. You want people to see you in your light when you are strong and when you are weak. Because none of us are strong 150% of the time. And if you try to be Miss Superwoman and take care of everyone else, you're going to find yourself living in a world of resentment in your later years. I remember when I became a young teen, I was working at the U.S. Department of Transportation, and there was this amazing woman who became a mentor to me. And my daughter would go with her dad every other weekend. And I would be so lost because I didn't know who I was outside of being a mother, right? I didn't know. And sometimes as mothers, we lose ourselves into being mothers and taking care of our children, which we're supposed to do. But you have to have a life outside of your children. And let me tell you why. Because if you fail to realize this or not, your children are going to grow up and they're going to have their own lives, right? And then the biggest form of abandonment is what I read in the book called The Real Lives of Strong Black Women by Toby Thorpe. In that book, he talks about Black women being strong, and he talks about the biggest form of abandonment from he interviewed women, and they said they felt abandoned when their children left. Not when a marriage dissolved, not when they lost some of their best friends or they lost jobs, but when their children left, they felt abandoned because they put so much and they started to live vicariously through their children.
Mm-hmm.
And Kim, what she said to me, she said, baby, you are young, you are 20 years old. You need to have a life. Because when my daughter went with her dad, I would try to organize her socks, her bibs, her closet. I felt sad because he had moved on with another person. I said, oh, wow, they're playing family with my child. Then I realized, oh, no, this is my time for me. And I started to, whenever she went with her dad, I developed and strengthened this ritual. And that ritual meant that I was to take care of DeVonna. She was safe, I'm safe. And I would take myself out to eat. And I want you to know, I want your listeners to know, Ida, that it is okay to go out to eat by yourself. It is okay to take yourself out on a date. It is okay to do what you got to do for you. We get so comfortable with doing things with our girlfriends, our friends, our family, our partners, girlfriend getaway. But I would take a trip and get on a marked train by myself at the age of 21, and I would go to New York. I would go to Philadelphia. I would stay in a hotel room by myself. I would just love on me. I knew that each moment that I spent alone with me, with my thoughts, with my mind, that I would figure out something new about me. And you have to, don't be afraid to face yourself. Don't be afraid to burn some candles and take that bubble bath and relax with yourself. Because if you are not comfortable with you, how can you expect the world to be comfortable with you? So I just want you to know that you have to give from your overflow, and it's important to take care of you. It's important to love on you, and don't be too hard on yourself. Take it easy on yourself, and know that you have not succeeded so much in life that there is no more growth left for you. Ida, when we first, before we got started, you said, I'm getting older, my years are coming,
Yeah.
And I want you to know that life, if you look at life as it's just beginning for you, as you dive into this summit and empower and inspire other women and to teach nurturers how to love on themselves, baby, you're going to get this new life and you're going to feel youthful again because you are walking in your path. And you know that you're walking in your path because it feels so uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
This journey that I'm on, it's not easy. It's very hard. And I have to tell people, please don't be confused or misconstrued by my strength. There are still nights that I cry because my heart is aching and breaking because I'm away from my children. It's still, and I had to take a moment from coaching women that were willing and eager to pay their money to me for me to pour into them. I had to say, I needed a break for me. And I have not sent out a newsletter since August, I believe. And I have them all lined up, ready, my message ready. But I want to make sure that my heart is ready to receive, or that my healing is not contingent upon what my reader has to say, what my audience has to say. And when I sit down and try to write, my spirit says, DeVonna, you're still healing. It's hard for you to tell a story when you're still living a story. And this story is still developing. But I know that in the midst of it all, that I'm being pruned for something greater, something stronger. God wants me to do something that's miraculous. He wants me to touch so many more people that I'm not punished. I'm being prepared. You have to know when you go on a journey to take care of yourself, to take care of the world, to share your message with the world, that you got to go through some things. And as you go through some things, you got to grow through some things. And I'm growing, and I am growing. And I am not the woman that I was a year ago. I'm not the woman that I was 4 months ago. I'm not the woman that I was 3 weeks ago, you know? And as you continue to grow and to love on yourself and to find better ways to take care of yourself, know that you are doing the world a service. Because when you take care of you, you're going to treat others with that same level of treatment. You're going to take care of others. And when people come to you, they're going to feel your light. They're going to feel your presence. They're going to feel your power. Because now I know what it is to rebuild, but what it means to rebuild with God, what it means to rebuild with faith. Because I am a risk taker. I take risks. I do. But I take calculated risk. And what that means is I take risks that are parallel with strategy, right? My risks are always accompanied with money saved up, or with the avenue that's going to generate more revenue, more income. But this is the first time ever in my life that I went on a journey with no end destination, with just a suitcase and $8 to my name.
Wow.
I'm still standing. And I'm not ashamed of this story. I'm proud of this story. And I'm still amazed by this story. And I went to lunch with a few amazing women on Friday, on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. And a woman, she was in a training class with me, and she said, "Oh my God, I went home and I was thinking about you. Your energy was just so this, so that." And I shared with her my story. And I didn't only share the good parts, right? The parts of all my accomplishments. I wanted her to see the raw part of me, because I'm not hiding from it. And you can't hide from your story. You can't be ashamed of your story. You can't compare your story to anyone else's story. Your story is your story. And when you share it with strength, and you be proud of who you are and where you are. It does not matter what your bank account has at the moment. It does not matter any of those superficial things. What matters is that you are pushing against all odds, and you are looking at the face of adversity, saying, what more? What else do you have for me? Because you can't break me, because I was created to walk this path. But to get back to the story, the lady, she looked at me and she said, everything that you told me that you accomplished before this story, those things sound good. She said, but now I want a woman like you to help me. Wow. I want a woman that has lost everything and still kept going and got back up. I want a woman that has took the courage to quit her job, make it almost 6 figures, to help other women follow their dreams. And she saw the bad side of that. She saw the good side of that, but she had the courage to move forward. I want to work with a woman that didn't have this perfect life. Right. And she said, because how can you teach me anything about following your dreams, living on purpose. If you only have a certification,
Wow.
you know, so you want your life, in addition to your accolades, in addition to your degrees, your certifications, the work that you've put in, you want your life to be
Yeah.
a true image.
Yeah.
To be a true image of what you say,
Wow.
who you say that you are.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. DeVonna, that was so powerful. I wanted to ask you one or two questions in the middle there, but I think it was such a flow that, I mean, this is what this audience needs, because lots of times, like nurturers, women who are introverts, don't really have that courage to step into their own power.
Yes.
And of course, I know you are DeVonna Empowers.
Yes.
And DeVonna, that's exactly what you did today. You brought it. Ladies, I hope you've been listening attentively. I know you feel DeVonna from her heart. You've connected. So what I encourage you to do is take this interview, that this actually master outpouring, and repeat it as much as you would like, because this is your freedom ticket. If you're still simply just out there not honoring yourself, this is going to help you. So even if you need to listen to this on a daily basis, go right ahead. DeVonna, you really touched me, and
Oh, thank you.
I am so thankful that you were able to come, and even though you're going through your own journey, to actually help the nurturers here today. So with that, DeVonna, you have a gift for us, right? I know you want us to get started on our journey.
I do. I do, yes. So I want you to go to DeVonnaPetree.com, and that's www.DeVonnaPetree.com. You can also get there by DeVonnaEmpowersYou.com. And I have an amazing ebook, and it's 10 easy steps to living your dreams. And there are also some other free goodies on my site. Dig deeper, virtual training, some other videos, some daily affirmations. If you go there, you'll be able to choose the gift for you. But I want you to start with the 10 easy steps to living your dreams. And you can reach me by email at info@DeVonnaEmpowersYou.com, as well as by phone. It's 888-650-2226. But follow me on social media, DeVonna Empowers You, as far as Facebook, DeVonna Joy on Instagram, DeVonna Empowers on Twitter. Just look up DeVonna Petree. But what you see is what you'll get, and I look forward to connecting with you and moving forward with you as you continue this journey on bringing your dreams to life. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. My pleasure. My total pleasure, DeVonna. One other thing before you go. You mentioned a book that's helped you a lot. Could you give us the name of that, and I would put it in the interview notes below?
Yes, I have so many books. I want to, but the book that I was referring to, it was Toby Thompkins' book. It's called The Real Lives of Strong Black Women. It's an old book. It was featured on Essence magazine, maybe 2008, 2009.
Okay.
But it's The Real Lives of Strong Black Women by Toby Thompkins. I would recommend that book. I will also recommend, I can't think of the book's name right now. Please forgive me, but it really helped me get through. It's Brene Brown's new book. So I can get that information to you.
Okay.
That book had me look at the power of being vulnerable and understanding that when you're able to say, I can receive, is when you are the most powerful. People think it's when you're giving that you are the most powerful. But when you're able to receive, You are.
Thank you so much. Again, DeVonna, thank you. And
Thank you.
ladies, thank you. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us today on the Empowered Nurturers Essential Summit. And we want you to know that it is your time. It's the time to take care of you. See you on the next interview. Thank you so much. Good day.